Good day. Our today's lesson is presentation and interpretation of data in a line graph with problem solving. Data gathered and organized can be presented in tabular form. For a clearer representation, it can be presented in a graph. One of these is the line graph. The line graph has a vertical line called y-axis, which contains the first variable in the collected data. As we go up through the y-axis, increasing values must be presented. It may represent almost any type of numerical data such as pesos, scores, number of people, temperature, grades, etc. On the other hand, the horizontal line called x-axis in the line graph contains the second variable that relates to the first variable in the collected data. As we go to the right, in the x-axis, time, period, or name of things being compared are enumerated. So, let us try to solve the problem examples. Example number 1. Corina recorded her daily expenses in school for a week. She spent 25 pesos on Monday, 30 pesos on Tuesday, 10 pesos on Wednesday, 60 pesos on Thursday, and 35 pesos on Friday. Let us organize the data in tabular form and present them in a line graph. So fill up the table with the correct data. As you can see in our table, Karin's daily expenses in school. In our first column, they start from Monday, followed by Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And opposite of each day, the expenses in pesos. Monday, we have 25 pesos. Tuesday, 30 pesos. Wednesday, 10 pesos. Thursday, 60 pesos. And Friday, 35 pesos. Procedure in constructing a line graph. So first, draw the line from the x-axis and y-axis. So here is the y-axis, and going to the right, horizontal, the x-axis. So label the x-axis with a day following the proper order from Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday. So the x-axis, we will put the name of days from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Then for the expenses, with 10 as an interval, label then the y-axis from 0 to 70. So from y-axis with interval of 10, so you will start from 10, 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, till 70 pesos. Then plot the point that correspond to the day and expenses. You may plot. So from Monday, our amount is 25 pesos. So it is in between 25 and 30. So you will put your dot here. Then from Tuesday, our amount is 30 pesos. You will put your dot here. Wednesday, 10 pesos. The dot is here. And Thursday, the dot is in 60 pesos. And on Friday, the dot is 35 pesos, which is in between 30 to 40. Then connect the points by a line segment. Then number 6, put a title for the graph. Karin's daily expenses in school. So that is the title of this graph. Meanwhile, Karin's sister, Carla, also had recorded her daily expenses, and you will see it on the table below. So we have 3 columns: Day, Karin, and Carla. So the title of this table is Karin's and Carla's daily expenses in school. So how are we going to put into the graph? So for example 2, draw a line graph for the given data above. So this is what we're going to put to make a graph for this data. So what is the procedure? We will just copy the graph from example 1 and plot the point that correspond to Carla's daily expenses and draw a new line segment, preferably in another color. Through it, in addition, there must be expenses and draw a new line segment. So there must be a legend as to which the line segment belong to Karins and Carla for proper identification. So this is the result of the graph. So the legends, the blue one is for Karins and the orange is for Carla. So in our y-axis interval of 10, 0 to 70, our x-axis, the number of days from Monday to Friday. A line graph is a visual comparison of how two variables shown on the x and y-axis are related or varies with each other. It is useful in displaying data on information that changes continuously over time. The points on a line graph are connected by a line. 5 parts of the line graph must be present for the graph to be completed. So number 1 is the title. So the title may be found over this graph. Then scale, then label, then point, then line. Scale, label, then point, then line. So example 3. Below is an example of a line graph. So study its parts and answer some of the question below. So the title of this graph is Gatid Elementary School K3 Enrollment 2019. So enrollment. So our interval here is 0 to 50. Then kindergarten, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. So grade level. Then our point from kindergarten to 100, grade 1 in between probably mga 190, grade 2 mga 125, and grade 3 200. So the line connecting to each point is decreasing to increasing. So what is the title of the line graph? So here's the title. Gatid Elementary School K3 Enrollment 29. What information is placed along the vertical axis? On the horizontal axis, enrollment. Y-axis. Horizontal axis, grade level. So what grade level has the largest enrollment? 2019. So largest, this one, least. So the largest enrollment is kindergarten and grade 3. Then the least grade is grade 2. Then how many is the combined enrollment of kindergarten and grade 3? So what you're going to do here is to add the enrollment of kindergarten and grade 3. So the total of it is 400. Now, for your number 4, so example 4, let us go back and compare Karin's and Carla's graphs of expenses in school by referring to the graph below, and let us answer the question that follow. So we may use again the Karin and Carla's daily expenses in school for the questions that we need to answer. So for number 1 question, what is the title of the graph? Karin's and Carla's daily expenses. So what does scale in the y-axis? It represents the amount of daily expenses. So, daily expenses. In which day were Carla's expenses greater than Karin? So Wednesday. So the orange line over the blue line, which is for Karin's. So Wednesday. So what is the difference between their expenses on Friday? So the answer is 5 peso. 30 to 35. Okay. For letter D, time frame learning task number 1. So you use the graph on the right to answer the question below. So this is the graph that you're going to use to answer the question here. So what is our questions? Number 1, what is the title of the graph? So look at the title. Then what does the scale in y-axis represent? Y-axis. What is the height of the plant A and B at day 2? So this is day 2. Then our legend, orange plant outside, blue plant near the window. So which plants show greater increase in height? Why? Which plants show great increase in height? Is it in the orange or blue line? What happened to the plant near the window? So if our plants near the window, what happened? Based on the graph, the line graph. Next, learning task number 2. Grade 5 Aris of Gatid Elementary School held their class election last month. For the position of secretary, Scarlett, Jelani, and Karin were nominated. In their class of 30 pupils, they gained the number of votes. Scarlett 9, Jelani 5, Karin's 14. Organize the data in the table and answer the question that follow. So from the information that we have in our learning task number 2, you're going to table the information. Nominees, you will write the name of the candidates, number of votes. You will write opposite the name, their number of votes gained. Then after that, you're going to answer the following questions. So may I read the question number 1? How many grade 5 pupils voted for the election of secretary in grade 5 Aris? 2. What is the total number of votes gained by Jelani and Karins? We're going to add the votes gained by Jelani and Karins. 3. What is the difference in the number of Karins and Scarlett votes? You will subtract the votes from Karin and Scarlett. Then you will get the difference. If there is a total of 30 pupils in grade 5 Aris, how many pupils did not vote? And number 5, if all the students were present last Monday, who do you think will win the election for secretary? Next, present the votes of the nominees using line graph, using the rubric below in giving scores for the graph. So you will get score of 5 if the graph has complete parts. You will get only 4 if the graph has 1 missing part presented. 3. The graph has 2 missing part presented. 2 if the graph has 3 missing part. 1 graph has 4 missing part. And 0 if the learner did not draw. And draw a graph. Okay, for our learning task number 3, study the table then answer the question that follows. So this is the table, our title, height of seedlings. Then for y-axis 0 to 0.5 interval, day 1, day 2 till day 5. So let us answer. What is the difference in the height of seedlings at day 5 as compared to day 2? Day 5 here and day 2 is here. Then what facts are needed to solve the problem? So what are the facts that you're going to do to make it true? So what operation will you use? What is the number sentence? What is the complete answer? B. In what day is the growth of the seedlings in terms of height highest, lowest, height? So you will write here the highest, here is the lowest. And now for your assessment, I will read the problem. Mildred has an inventory for her daily sales of ice candy. On Monday, 300 pesos, Tuesday, 250 pesos, Wednesday, 150 pesos, Thursday, 250 pesos, and Friday, 500 pesos. Using this inventory data, help Mildred organize them in tabular form. So you will first write the information in your table, day, in this column, the amount each day. Then for letter B, use the data in the table to construct a line graph. You will put a line graph or create a line graph after you fill this table. Use the rubric below in giving scores for the graph. So let us see. For 5 rating, the graph has complete parts. 4, the graph has 1 missing part presented. 3, the graph has 2 missing part presented. Number 2, the graph has 3 missing parts. 1, the graph has 4 missing parts. 0, the learner did not draw a graph. Then answer the following question. What day Mildred has the lowest scale? What day she has same amount of sales? And number 3, what is Mildred's total sale from Monday to Friday? I hope you learned from our today's lessons. See you in our next video.